right, so all-wheel drive stuff. I'll show you where I'm at with this whole deal right now. So I just got the Hub City Performance rear trailing arm and diff mount kit in the mail. I put a video of that unboxing. So I'm just kind of messing around with it. This is definitely just a mock-up, seeing what's got to go on. So there are some things, like normally there's a dust shield or something right here, factory, that cannot mount, but that's okay. This is a spherical bushing upper control arm it's from BWR. And the last time I had an alignment, apparently they didn't tighten it up because I found this plenty loose. But anyways, I think on a I don't know, DC, I'm not sure, but on some chassis, this bracket is more narrow than others. This camber kit came with different spacers that go here, and it did come with a thinner spacer kit, and I don't know if I have them anymore. I might just have to shorten these up so that they'll fit in here. So anyways, there's that. The rear trailing arm bushings are also spherical. HCP, it's an HCP part. I don't know. Once I need to replace that, like what would I, if I just have to call them, probably. This is also a custom hub from HCP. Probably call them and ask them, hey, sell me some more if I ever need. Okay, so I was test fitting the brake caliper. This is a CTR brake caliper, which I'm not sure if that's the same as an SI, like EM1. I don't think it is, but maybe it mounts the same. Anyways, so it does mount up. Now this tab right here for this to mount is thinner. So as I was tightening these bolts down, I felt it harden up because these threads have never been used and they're a little yuck. So I mean, I could either use washers back here, or I could tap this just so I don't mar up the threads of my bolt. It's the case on the top and the bottom. Also, this guy is sitting pretty much on the dealio. I'll probably just tighten it up. There is no provision to mount this part of my brake line, which is, I guess it's all right. Price you pay. I want to upgrade my brakes because I definitely felt some brake fade when I would drive it pretty aggressively. I bought some StopTech rear braided lines and front braided lines. And they just go from the body, from the hard line to right there, from the hard line to the soft rubber line right here. Hopefully I got the right ones. I just bought them for an SI. I'm not sure if the mounting point on an SI is different from a CTR, like, the hose mounts right here. CTR brakes. I bought some just Brembo blanks, which is what I had before for rotors, front and rear. Actually, the front rotors were spoon, but they're Brembo blanks. And I bought Hawk HPS pads. I've never had any pads that were fancy. I guess these are kind of fancy, but they're pretty cheap, I think. They're Brembo pads. Those are gonna come out. I got Hawk HPS pads. So I'll see how those do. And then let's see, what else I'm gonna change out the fluid to something else that's better. There's a StopTech fluid. I'm kind of bummed. They come in like 16-ounce bottles and they're like $32, or I'm not sure exactly, but they're spendy. And 16 ounces, I'm not confident it's going to be enough for me to bleed everything out. When you're bleeding your brakes, like, you want to just go extra, bleed the crap out of them. Well, I can't really do that unless I buy like $60 or $90 of brake fluid. I'll deal with that. All right, so manual rack problems, right? I showed you before that my manual rack right here. This is an O'Reilly's manual rack. I've already switched out once under warranty, which meant another alignment, and this rack is popping. So I'm gonna return it. And I just got this steering rack from Junkyard. It's an OEM rack. And there's no play, but these are floppy doppy and stuff. So I bought some inner tie rods, outer tie rods, and then I also bought some lower ball joints. The tie rods are, I can't remember what brand, but they're from a Japanese company. So I felt better than buying them from China or whatever. So I'm waiting for that to come still. I got this shift cable from a CRV that I'm just really not excited to mount that because I need to cut a hole in the body and stuff. I'll show you that when I do that. So let's see here. Let's see what more I was going to. Oh, the drive shaft, our Driveline. This guy right here, and then there's more right here. I bought all sorts of joints. Like I bought this flange. This side is the side that would mount to the transfer case, I think, and this normally mounts only to a Wagaban transfer case with this flange pattern. But I bought a setup to where I'll be able to not have an adapter. Like I bought this adapter, I think I showed you, maybe. Right here, this adapts the Wagaban drive shaft flange driveline to the CRV transfer case, whether it be B or K. But now I have all these flanges and stuff in this box, all these boxes, flanges, yokes, and 1310 U-joints. So it'll upgrade these little guys in here to a larger size, and it'll just be more better for if I ever want to give it all the beans, which probably someday I will. So I'm gonna work on mounting the rear diff, and then I have my half of my transmission on here, like just the bell housing case half, so that I can see where the transfer case ends and all that for measurement purposes, and also for like downpipe fitment. My downpipe does not fit right now. I have to figure that out. So once the diff is mounted in the rear, which I'll show you some of that, then I can do some figures and see how much this needs shortened, because apparently this is going to need shortened. So then I'll take it to the Driveline shop and give them all the flanges, yokes, U-joints, whatever, and say, here, put this together and shorten it this much and balance it up, please. That's gonna be a commitment to give them all those, give them the length and know that I have the right length. But luckily this is a slip joint, right, for engine movement. Right there, droop, 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 droop. So there's room for me to be wrong by 1/4 inch or however much. All right, so let's see. Lots of transmission stuff going on right here. This is the GSR gear set. This is the CRV open diff right there. I just slapped on 3rd gear, just not really, you know, it's here. See, no, 3rd gear, yeah, 3rd gear, whatever gear. 4th gear, which gear did I break? I broke 3rd gear. Here's the gear that I broke, and then its wife right here. So I swapped those out just for the heck of it. I bought these from a guy on Facebook in Puerto Rico. Pretty cool. $70 or something. This is CRV gear set right here. And I'm not exactly sure what's gonna go down just yet. I have to get to the nitty gritty of that. But I got this kit from Speed Factory. These are the right spacers and stuff, and there's a custom needle bearing in here. It's to put the front wheel drive gears on the CRV input shaft and counter shaft. Apparently this is the GSR. first second hub slider, and this is CRV first second hub slider, and it's thinner. It's thinner, hard to know maybe, but it is. So apparently they bend often when you give them the beans, and I sent them, I bought this kit right here, and they also say, hey, send us your first second shift fork, CRV. So I did. I think the only thing they use is maybe this rod, and then they custom maybe this piece too, and then they put this custom guy on, Speed Factory Racing, but it's thicker. See, fits the GSR, right, as you would, well, it does, and then it does not fit the CRV, because I suppose I'll be using the GSR hub slider on that dealio. So there's that. It's really beautiful. Beautiful piece. Expensive though. And then all these yokes and stuff, joints, whatever, I got the parts list from Speed Factory, and they did not advertise it for no reason. It's because you use these adapters in conjunction with all of that stuff, and I don't really remember where this goes just yet within the line of yokes and shit, all that stuff. But so there's that. Oh, I got this M Factory rear diff. This is a D series diff. It goes into an EX or SI D series front, transmission, and it fits here. But you have to modify some things, like you have to shave the little lips of the bolts down. So I need to do that still. And you need to get the right shims. This guy right here, this shim, because there's too much play here, and so you have to measure the good stuff. So I think I need to buy a tool to measure backlash that I think mounts here and kind of goes here. I don't exactly know. I'm going to dive into that soon. And then there's like 4 crucial settings, maybe only 3 that I have to worry about. I'm not sure, but I'm going to get learnt on that. In the meantime, I don't know, I might just take the diff out or just put the other case half on and see about mounting it. So that's super cool. I'm real happy to have that. Let's see back there. Hopefully my viscous coupler is up to par. I'm not sure. I guess I'm just gonna get everything in. Oh shit. Get everything in and we will figure that out. I also bought a Gear X LSD for the front, the CRV transmission. Here's one case half. Oh, the other one's on the block. That's right. So I will have to figure out the backlash on that and the shims needed and all that, which to me is fresh. Anything to do with transmissions is fresh stuff, so I'm just trying to keep my head straight, and I think it'll be all right. Is the ring gear and the gear for the back, you know what I mean. So I will show you my diff mount situation going on right now. Okay, there's the lower control arm mocked up, and there's no provision for the sway bar on the lower control arm, which is a real bummer because this car is going to be getting squirrely. I mean, I'm going to take it around lots of corners, but here's my battery situation, if you were ever wondering. Those are the studs that go up into the battery box. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so it's all just mocked up right now. I'll show you. I'll switch around. So, I've got these holes already here from the factory for whatever reason. I think you have to drill like straight on the other side. There's some, we'll find out. I'm not sure. I have to cut it here maybe, or maybe it's just here. I gotta look into it. And then this little guy bolts up to there, once I get this out of the way. And then still, and this will go onto the back of the diff. onto this guy somehow, right? Something like that. But still, once this is mounted up, there's not, you have to bang up the body right here, and also so this is gonna get banged up, and then to bolt the top of the diff, like these bolts right here, those are pointed up, and you have to get access in the trunk somehow for that to happen. There's this bar that's gonna go across. These are gonna go on the end and get welded to the body, and this is gonna get welded somewhere, and that's how the top will be mounted. But it's so close, I guess, to the floor, the ceiling, whatever you want to say, that you don't have access to these unless you make access through the trunk. So that's the situation for now. I think what I'm going to do is, also I have this CRV shifter box to figure out. It's a mess in here, but this has to be mounted up. This is so long. I'm gonna see, can I just cut it off and cut it here and then weld it? Might be able to do that. But then how will it feel? I'm not sure. And also, I think somehow this got sideways. It's not supposed to be angled like that, I believe. So there's this lip, which is for the factory boot. And, it keeps the outside air and exhaust fumes out of the cabin, but it won't work with this. This just has to be retrofitted, right? So I'm thinking about maybe filing this down so I can still mount this up here flat, and that way I still can use this in the future. Otherwise I might grind the spot welds and remove it clean, and then it can be re-welded. Then I'll have to figure out the optimal place and how exactly, I think I might make an adapter plate using these bolt holes and or something, but that's gonna go on there. This luckily fits underneath the cup holder very well, and the cables will go in there, and they are going to have to go out of the body somewhere. I'm not exactly excited, but I'm gonna have to cut a hole. I'm gonna cut a hole that this grommet fits to, this little guy, for the OEM-ness. So I need to order, I'm gonna order some factory washers and stuff that fasten this to the transmission, even though I could totally just put them on there and put a cotter pin in. But all right, so yes, today I'm just gonna focus on mounting the rear diff. I think I don't have any MIG welding skills really. I have TIG welding skills, but I don't think it makes any sense to try to TIG up in there. See, I have to weld these end plates on the body like there, somewhere around there. But first I'm gonna mount it up using just the back half, and then I'll figure it out what has to happen next. So I am gonna do some researching. I still have to figure out the fuel cell situation. I have some time to do that. Well, not really. I have no free time except for right now. The brakes still coming in the mail. The tie rods, all that stuff still coming in the mail. So, the Gear X diff still coming in the mail. Let me show you something else, just for the heck of it. This Skunk 2 intake manifold. See the flange? This flange is way thicker on the lower side than it is on the top. And it made for, you can see it gets thicker. It made for hardly any threads were grabbing on the lower half. So only for that reason I got these titanium studs, because they're longer. The factory studs are like 38 millimeters long. This is 43, I think, on the threaded portion. So this should help me. I mean, it's possible I might have had a little vacuum leak on the bottom side, especially because I'm using the thermal gasket, which is, I don't know, less gaskety to me. I guess it works, but I'm surprised. It's supposed to be reusable too. Anyways, all right, I'll get some work done and report back with ya. Okay, so I'm gonna cut right here and right here. I believe that's where I'm gonna cut. I'm gonna try to cut as little as possible, although I don't really think it matters that much. And doesn't even really matter. Yeah, I'm try not to be too particular here, because you know I can always just uncut it if I need. So, the outside lines. I got some safety glasses on. Whoa. Oh, this makes me nervous. This is pretty much, besides those bolt holes for the battery I just showed you, this is basically the first modification to the chassis that makes it not revertible back to stock. It's commitment I'm making for the all-wheel drive. There's a chunk. Sparks. Wow. There's a lot of dirt in there. As you can tell, a lot of dirt in there. Okay, so made my rough cut. That's like the most eyeballish cutting I've ever done. Like I said, you can always just cut less later. So there's that. All right, well, I gotta cut some more because these bolts are not free and they want to be free. So I'll just go up. Maybe I'll cut just the whole thingy out on both sides. Ow! Oh, I definitely just cut myself. So, let me cut more. I'm gonna not forget my safety glasses. Where you go? There they are. Super crooked cut. Oh, we'll just see how that looks. I'm going to take it a step further, if needed. Okay, well, crooked, just like I said. I cut more on this side than that side, so that side's still... This is cold, right? Okay, gonna cut some more. I'll just show you when I'm done. Okay, so this is where I'm at. It's just mocked up. I'll show you everything. So this bar that's going across here is just jammed in there right now. It's gonna have these metal plates along the side. I'm gonna have to trim down the bar. We'll take it down. This plate is gonna go right here, and these are the bolts that I was talking about not having access to, so I'll drill some holes in the body right here, and then I'll be able to bolt and unbolt this diff in the future. So I'm gonna probably put this bar up in the right place. I'll trim it out and everything as best as I can, and maybe mark it and take it out and tack it. Oh, I'm not exactly sure. I'm a new welder, but I'll get it done. And then I'll take the diff down so you can see just what I did in here. Okay, I have no diff inside this diff, if you want to say. Everybody calls it just a diff, right? But diff housing, whatever. Anyways, there's nothing inside, so it's lighter for mock-up. All right, there it is. Pretty ugly. So this thing, this just got hammered real good. The metal split there. It's kind of, but you'll never see it. I drilled the spot welds out on this portion of the deal and cut that out just so I didn't have to fight so much, and because I realized I had to bang this up here too even. Here, let me take off my mask on. So there's that. This was the first. It was pretty difficult to figure out where the heck I needed to drill the hole for this vent without, you know, I don't know. I drilled a hole here and it was wrong, so then I drilled a hole here. But now I got an idea, because this little vent, I'm sure it'd be fine. But my excuse, what I'm going to do is I'm going to loop the hose right back out here. And I'm going to say, yeah, I did that on purpose. So I have all the clearance. Everything works out. I just have to do the welding part next. And I have just argon. And I think for MIG, I should have, in this case, like a mixed gas. So apparently you can weld with argon, but it'll be weaker, this and that. I'm not sure. Kind of nervous about that, although I just got to do it. So I drilled this hole right here from the top, and this hole right here. That is for this guy. Goes up in there. Yeah. And then through here, bolt goes through there into the trunk. So I just need to figure out where to drill 2 holes for the top of the diff and then do the welding stuff, which I don't know if I'm gonna do today really, but okay. All right, so I tacked this plate on just in a couple places. Just some tacks. So now I have to fit up the end pieces, and this is angled a little bit, the body right here. So that's gonna be something, because I can't just weld the plate flat onto it. I have to angle the bar like I did a little. This, hopefully I didn't angle it too much, but anyways, it's gonna go on there, and I have to angle this side over here. It's a real pain in the ass, right, to loosen these. To remove this plate, you know, you have to take the bolts off the top. So like to go out working alone and take the bolts off of the top, and then like this thing falls down and all that. So my little hack for now, because I'm gonna take this down, angle this, file it, grind it, you know, again and again, because I don't want to do it too much. I'll do it just a little bit at a time. So my hack is I'll just take this whole case off, this part of the case off, you know what I mean? Take this bolt out, and then it comes out. So I could do that again and again. I'm not really sure this play here. This bracket gives me room to do things. So I'm not sure if it needs to be like this or like that, or if it matters. All right, so that's it for tonight. I spent a lot of time doing this, even though it really shouldn't take it that much time, but it's all right. I'll be just doing this next once I have these plates, once I feel pretty good about them and the angles on the end of these bars, and where I want this is up or down like I was showing you. Then I will weld, I'll fully weld in this plate, and I'll weld this bar to this, and then, you know, after that I'll weld the plate to the body. That's what I will do. Something I'm noticing right now is like this deal is right at the edge here, but on this one it's higher up. No, did I weld it funny? Or maybe that's just how the body is, because it's not identical on this side and that side. All right, that's it for now. I'm gonna clean up my mess. I'm really good at making messes. Clean up my mess and then finish this off later. Also, I didn't mention earlier that axles. I got some insane shaft axles. So that was bugging me because I didn't say that. Okay. See you later.